Hi Gemini, welcome back. So Gemini, this is going to be your January read. I'm going to do the you versus them spread back by popular demand. It's a special edition just for January. So I hope that you enjoy, Gemini, and thank you for coming. So let's see, the overall shared energy in this dynamic, Gemini, is that of Neptune, which is kind of like a dreamy energy almost, you know. It's like talking about having a lot of, you know, ideas for the future, visions, memories. You might have a lot of memories with the person that I'm getting ready to pull cards on. It also talks about the subconscious self and spirituality. So I feel like whatever this relationship or dynamic is for you, it has helped grow you spiritually, whether you're aware of that or not. This also talks about fantasies and escapism, so definitely watch that energy during this time frame. You know, make sure you're not just seeing the dreaminess without, you know, and ignoring the red flags, you know what I'm saying? Make sure that you're truly seeing through the veils, you know, that people wear. There might be some confusion around this situation here as well. So let's see what your overall energy is, Gemini. And then I'm going to pull this person's overall energy and we'll go back and forth between you, them, and see what it's looking like for you. So one card. You wanted one, you got two. So Gemini, it says a time to take a breather and heal. So I feel like you might be in kind of an introverted state at the time of this reading, or needing to take some time out to really think things over, take a deep breath and heal. Okay, there might be healing needed within the situation or within yourself, but I feel like things are kind of like on a, you know, time out, like on a pause here, you know, or will be in January. Okay, so it's kind of getting a bigger picture as well. Now, the person you're dealing with, it says, be bold and make the first move. You and your loved ones are safe. So this is, I feel like the person you're dealing with is needing encouragement to say what they need to say, feel what they need to feel, and be bold and being the one to take the action in this dynamic. And I feel like you're over here kind of like not really wanting to participate, and this person is being encouraged to actually be the one to take some sort of action here, and to also have reassurance that regardless of what they fear the outcome might be, that either way they're safe to express themselves during this time frame. So interesting start, Gemini. Let's see where this is headed. So, recent past energy for Gemini. What's the recent past energy? So, oops. We had three cards come out. The Sun, the Queen of Swords, and the Five of Swords. So, Gemini, in the recent past, this is kind of like feeling somewhat emotionally detached at times from your own happiness. Feeling a little bit of like defeat. You might have had some conflict or internal conflict going on. I feel like it's so interesting because you have all of this really good energy here in the past, but it's almost like not being able to see it or turning your back on that for whatever reason. And or going back and forth between like being happy, being present in the present moment, being surrounded by things you love, people you love, your children if you have children. And then at the same time, also like mentally detaching from the situation, or emotionally detaching, you know what I'm saying? And kind of going into more of a conflicted type of vibe. It's a stark contrast here. So let's see what the person you're dealing with, what their energy is. So they have the Three of Wands and the Knight of Swords in their recent past. I think that this person, you know, has had to swallow their pride to some degree or another, okay? Like, I feel like they may it's like moving forward and wanting to communicate something, but also not having the ability to do so or the bravery to say what they need to say. And that's why I feel like this Be Bold card came out, because I feel like in the past it was just, you know, move forward, say nothing, or, you know, like taking action on things, but not like giving all of the information. And I feel like that caused probably some of this conflict I felt on your side. But I feel like this person in the recent past is wanting to push past this energy and move on their goals. You know, I think they're past the stage where they're back and forth, and yeah, I see progression there. So let's go into the present energy, shall we? Present energy for Gemini and the person they're dealing with. Present energy. Man, Gemini, you're getting so too many cards, too many cards. So you have the Knave of Wands here, the High Priestess. Sorry, I'm sweating if you're wondering why I'm playing with my hair. The Emperor. All right. And then you had 3 additional cards come out. The 3 of Cups, the 5 of Wands, and the Wheel card, the Karmic Wheel. So I feel like Gemini, it's a sense of like impulsivity here. So definitely watch that. I think that the person you're dealing with, they might like over fantasize things a lot. They might be a very sexually driven person, especially if it's a fire sign you're dealing with. I feel like your intuition is on to this person here, you know, and like there is a sense of like wanting to come together with this person, I feel, but also kind of being like on the outside looking in, whether that's your energy or the person you're dealing with. There's definitely karma surrounding this, and this could definitely be someone you go into cycles with, Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Or it's like the situation comes back around. Maybe it's not even with the same person, but it's like the same energy, the same vibe. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in the present energy, it's kind of like, I feel like you're kind of isolated somewhat from the situation or this person, and, you know, reading between the lines a lot, I would say, or they are. I think that there was like maybe control issues going on here, some impulse type of behavior, so definite physical attraction if this is intimate, definitely. Somebody fantasizing about each other. I mean, I don't know how else to put that to you. But then at the same time feeling somewhat isolated. Yeah. So, let's see the person you're dealing with, Gemini. Person Gemini is dealing with. So this person has the 10 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, and Temperance. Now, I just did Aquarius's reading, so this is really similar. So if you're dealing with an Aquarius or you have Aquarius in your chart, definitely go check out that reading. This is like, I feel like this person is definitely heartbroken, you know what I'm saying? Or feeling stabbed in the back. There's a sense of like endings and, yeah, a lot of hurt here, if nothing else. I think this person is trying to work on rebuilding their self-confidence, being more independent, you know, kind of taking things on their own. They may be currently working on their health or something to do with that, because in this depiction also of the 10 of Swords, it is a butterfly. So I feel like this person is being asked to, if nothing else, to take that pain, to take those issues and let it create something new with it, let it morph into a butterfly versus like let it destroy them. And I think that that's going to take a lot of bravery for this person to do, because I think that they've been through a lot. Some of you might have had an ending with this person as well. If you were wondering if this person is heartbroken, I would say yes, most definitely, if you had an ending here. But it's interesting because someone here wants, you know, feels like they're on the outside and wants a reconciliation, but isn't coming forward if that's the case, all right? For those of you who are actually in a dynamic with this person, it's just, I think this person's going through a lot of inner turmoil, trying to be patient with self, trying to fill their own cup up. They may have had to swallow their pride in the past, and that's why there might be like hesitant, okay? Or they don't want to do that, you know what I'm saying? So let's see. What's the future energy for Gemini? So Gemini, your future energy goes into the Moon, the Two of Cups, Justice, and then the Nine of Cups. Or sorry, Nine of Pentacles. So I feel like, you know, first of all, with the High Priestess here and now the Moon, in January, you are going to be on point with your intuition. So don't ignore the red flags, okay? Don't, if you know that, I just got a song in my head. Don't you know no good? Don't you know no good? If you know better, you know, don't ignore that. That's what I'm saying to you. Now, I do see the Two of Cups here. So this is a really strong connection. Whoever this is might feel like a soulmate to you, or they feel that way about you. A lot of secrets, though. A lot of subconscious emotions surrounding the situation. A lot of underlying reading between the lines type of energy here. I feel like you want balance, Gemini, you know, and justice in the situation, and to be able to stand on your own 2 feet. And I feel like that's what your energy is going towards. And that's why I think you're being kind of silent or taking a time out, you know, as the overall energy, so that you can come from a place of balance, come from a more independent state, okay? Some of you, you know, this is like leaving an old connection and then a new connection coming in that's much more balanced and allows you to maintain your independence, okay? So I can definitely see that as well. But either way, I do see things evening out, okay? I think that it's like taking what you learned with you into the future energy here, okay? So let me see what the person you're dealing with energy is for the future. Wow. Okay, I'll clarify. I'm going to clarify some of these. So this is the Four of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Page of Cups. So I feel like there may be some silence coming on this person's end, but they're thinking they're watching for some of you. And I feel like I keep getting the Page of Swords, and it's a scribe in this deck. So I think this person may be quite literally writing their thoughts down, or researching, you know, things. I feel like they're highly, highly analytical right now. So yeah, they're the Page of Cups, which is like, which generally would be like some sort of opening up or love offering. But I think this person is really combing over the details, really thinking things through, you know, like I said, might be writing and then deleting things and then writing it down and editing it, and, or if not actually writing it, like in their thoughts, they're like running it through their head. Okay, no, don't say that. Okay, wait, say this. And then they don't end up saying anything at all, you know, because they're up here, right? So this person is very much overanalyzing everything, okay? Overanalyzing you, the situation, and I think that's why they're being encouraged to be bold, you know, come out of that energy. Don't worry, you're safe, you know? So like I think it's fear that's making this person overanalyze, maybe fear of being hurt or rejected, or they fear doing that to you if they've done that to you in the past. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going to clarify. Where am I at? 15 minutes, pretty good. I'm going to clarify a few of these. So I definitely want to know the Two of Cups, please. The Ace of Cups. Oh my goodness. What's the Nine of Pentacles? So, Gemini, I feel like there's a lot of love here. Okay. I think if you had to assert your independence, it was probably very difficult in this situation. I think watch who you talk to during this time frame as well, okay? So like if you're confiding in friends and stuff, there might be some gossip surrounding this situation as well, so you need to be very careful of that. There might be someone that's asking about you and you don't even know it. Like they might be obsessed. I don't know. Or a few of you. Or you might be. It can be interchangeable. So I feel like there's an in and out energy here, but taking action, you know. So you might be asking advice on a very simplistic level. You might be asking for advice or seeking advice, you know, online or in a tarot reading to decide how you want to take action. You know, what's the next right action? What's the next right thing to get justice in the situation, right? I think there's emotions clouding you right now. It's kind of clouding the situation where you're kind of seeing what you want to see and not what you need to see. And so that's what I cautioned you about at the very beginning of the reading. So watch that. I think, who's the Five of Wands? There's some things that aren't known here, but you feel the connection. You feel love here. And like I said, some of you... a few of you have a situation where there's more than one person. There's like someone that brings you much happiness, and then there's some person on the outside that is interfering with the balance here. Okay, so I could see that. But that's only a few of you. And if that's the case, then the third person is definitely watching. Okay. But let's see. What's the Four of Swords? That's not all of you. That's just some of you. Nine of Swords. Yes. Whoever you're dealing with, Gemini, I think the reason why they are overanalyzing everything is because they're not really certain where their head's at. Their head might be like all over the place. If they're a drinker or they use substances, they might be emotionally suppressing with that or coping with that. This is someone who doesn't like to wear their heart on their sleeves. They're willing to wait. They also keep score, you know what I'm saying? So careful with that. I think they're just in a very analytical energy, a very emotional energy too, but I don't think you would know that because they keep in their head a lot. You know, I think they want to lay some things to rest. If they've hurt you and you've had an ending here, or vice versa, you've hurt them, I think that this person wants to lay that situation to rest, but is still having, you know, some issues with like being stuck in their head or suppressing of emotions or something to deal with that. And it's because what they really need is to have the courage to be bold, to take action on the situation or within their life to pull them out of this energy. And that's what they're being asked to do, as opposed to just sitting here and thinking and mulling and all of that. It's like get out and take action. And You're over here, I think, in the past energy where you were kind of back and forth, but your intuition knew, right? But when there's a lot of love, when there's a lot of emotional investment, it's really easy to ignore, you know, things that we should ignore. It's not that we don't know it's there. It's just like love conquers all, right? You know, so for some of you, that's how you feel about it. For others of you, it's like, well, I feel that, you know, that emotion, but I also want balance and independence in my life. And so I think that might be confusing, and you may be seeking advice on that as to which direction to go. Let me see if I can get an outcome here for Gemini. I think that this person is not going to tell you the full truth. Gemini, they're in the 7th. Whoa. They're in the 7 of Swords. So if you open up emotionally to this person, that's my caution to you. It's like, again, there's veils here. There's not the full truth being revealed. There's confusion here. Okay, so just be aware of that. Even though this person is being encouraged to take action, I don't actually see them doing that. That doesn't mean that they won't in the future energy, and they have free will, so certainly they could change their mind at any time, but as of the present moment, I don't see that. So, yep. Lots of underlying emotion here, okay? So I'm going to leave it there, Gemini. Let me see what cards fell to the floor real quick for you. Yeah. So for some of you, like I said, there'll be some movement forward, but it's back and forth somewhat. And there is healing and passion to be had, you know, in January, if you're open to it. And I feel some of you are open to it, some of you are not. You know, some of you are still stuck on a different connection here. But, you know, take it as it resonates for you. The zodiac signs you might be dealing with. I have Libra, I have Aquarius, possibly another Gemini. I have Pisces, Aries, Cancer, Leo, possible Scorpio, Sagittarius, and there's Cancer again here. So those are the predominant zodiac signs I see, but if you didn't hear yours, don't worry, it's a general reading, not going to be for all of you, but if it resonated, please do like, share, and subscribe. It's free. For a nominal fee, you can now also become a private member by clicking the blue join and get additional bonus readings, live chats with me. Also check out my Facebook, my Instagram, link down below, as well as my other YouTube. I just gotta do random chats on that one, but if you'd like to check it out, it's down below as well. And if you click on the pink hoodie, it'll take you into my shop where you can get a hoodie with your tarot card printed on the back. Check them out, they're pretty neat. Either way, I'm wishing you the best, Gemini. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.